Okay, so as a request by one of the individuals in the workshop, I'm going to show you how to work with color cast and how to eliminate. If you look at this picture in front of me, I've got Kristen. She's got a beautiful blue shirt on. Goes well with her skin color. However, the problem is it's reflecting up under her chin. Look how dark that cyan is underneath her chin. So what I want to do is I want to selectively be able to remove that without having to do a lot of cloning and touching up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate my layer. I want to take my lasso tool, and actually you probably want to zoom in for this. Zoom in and go up and say, look how bad that is. It's even on her nose a little bit. But for now, we're just going to play with the chin. And we're just going to draw around where it is. It doesn't have to be perfect because we can always go back and blend it using healing tool. All right, so we've got that. All right, let's zoom back out just a little bit. Back out to about 25 so I can see what I'm doing. All right, so now that I've got that selected on my second layer, I'm going to go to Layer, Adjustment Layer, Selective Color. The great thing about using the Selective Color layer is then obviously it's selecting the color. Since we lassoed beforehand, if you look down in your right hand corner in the Layers palette, it has already identified the part of the picture that we want to make the adjustments of color to. It has given you a black mask, which means it's hiding everything except for the color, except for the section that we outlined with our lasso tool. You can see it's a very little tiny white dot. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to go to your drop down of colors, and we're going to go to neutrals. And then that way you have control underneath each of, in just this section of all these colors, cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. Everything for this color that's under her neck. If you wanted, you can just go to cyans, but the problem with that is it's only going to identify the cyan color and adjust it. We've got a little bit more cyan, we've got a little bit more color than cyan under her neck. While it looks like it from far away, we've got a little magenta there as well. So we need to go to neutrals, and what we're going to do is we're going to adjust the cyan. We're going to pull it down. Now watch if I pull it all the way down. The opposite of cyan is red, so I've got this red neck. Let's go back to about 0. Okay, and let's just pull it down and watch it. All right, it's still got a little red and a little blue. So let's pull up the yellows a little bit, kind of to even out the skin tone. And I've got a little areas that I'm going to mask back and pull up a little of the blacks. Let's see, look at way too dark black, way too light black. So you just want to kind of pull it in there. It's a little better. You can see that I didn't fully highlight everything underneath, so we're going to go back through and I can flatten this and do it again. But I also want to pull up my magentas. You just want to play and look at it. If you look at the color wheel, ooh, look how green that is. Magenta is opposite green. Cyan is opposite red. Let me get back to 0. Sorry, I guess I could just type in 0 here. And then yellow is opposite purple here. So we've got, pull up our yellows a little bit to pull out a little bit out of that magenta. And let me see, do I have too much cyan taken away? I have a little bit too much red. So let's pull the cyan up. Look how bad that is. So let's put that about right there. Pull up the yellow. Pull down the magenta. Pull up the magenta a little bit. All right, so I'm a little closer. It's not perfect, but I can keep playing with it until I get it. And the great thing about it is that I am on a layer, so I can adjust my opacity. So look at it before, look at it now. I'm a little bit closer. Probably want to work on it a little again, go in a little bit closer, but that's the essence of selective color adjustment for color casts.